everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to discuss a recent podcast episode that Emma Chamberlain did. Her podcast, for reference, is called Anything Goes with Emma Chamberlain, and the episode that I am talking about is called Things Feel Weird Right Now. Now, I am not a huge Emma Chamberlain follower. I just randomly came across this podcast and I was like, it sounds interesting, I'm gonna listen to it. I don't follow her on any other platforms, although from listening to this podcast, I feel like I might. She just comes across really real, which I liked, and I sort of felt like I related to everything she was saying. So I wanted to get ready with me and discuss this. So I have a mirror here. So I apologize if this is a little bit strange, but this is just what we're gonna do. So in the episode, she talks about how she lives in LA and the world is basically opening back up. Also, I have my dog sleeping like just here and he snores, so I do apologize if you hear him. And also, disclaimer, I'm not a makeup artist, so if you don't want to watch me put makeup on, just put your earphones in and do something else. So yeah, she's in LA and basically LA is opening back up, and she goes through and talks about how basically she feels like she should be excited, but there's a lot of anxiety that is coming from the world opening back up. Now, I live in Sydney at the moment. I think we're in week 6 of our lockdown. To be honest, time is not a thing anymore. It's like, I don't know what day it is. I just know if it's daytime or nighttime. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like, honestly, so just feeling such different emotions from this lockdown. Now, as she begins the podcast, she talks about how you don't need to wear masks anymore. Now she's feeling quite like vulnerable because people can see your face. Now, to be honest, Sydney has gone through lockdowns. We've come out of lockdowns, and at those points, we went from needing masks to not needing masks. So I definitely could relate to what she was saying. And yeah, it does feel really weird when you get so used to something. Like, I remember at first when we all started wearing masks, I was like, I felt so weird and almost like embarrassed. Like, I didn't want to wear a mask. Like, it just felt so weird. So for me personally, I feel like I put it off until it was literally like, no, you have to have a mask on to go into certain places. Like, yeah, so going from feeling weird wearing it to feeling weird without it, I definitely understand that. So she is basically touching on the fact that, you know, it's so surprising that you just get such an anxiety from people being able to see your full face now and not just your eyes, and you get to this point where you feel like you're almost hiding behind a mask. Now, obviously, I feel like that's gonna feel super different if you are like, I guess, a known person, because they would have this opportunity, I guess, to be a little incognito and be able to, you know, go under the radar to a certain degree because of their mask, so they might not be recognized every single place they're going. So I guess it is different in that aspect. But yeah, for me, I definitely felt like the first time when our first lockdown ended, I was like, this just doesn't feel right. And you almost feel like you're breaking the rules and like everyone's looking at you, and I completely like understand that as well. If you guys like feel the same, definitely leave comments down below, because I would love to hear from you as well. Another thing that she touches on is basically having no work or personal life stamina. Now, I feel like not everyone is going to understand this, but I feel like even for me, I'm struggling to like have any, what's the word? Have any drive to do work-related tasks. And I've noticed I do have anxiety, just for a little bit of background, more so around like, I would say my anxiety is like a social anxiety. And so I've noticed that, yeah, I'm really struggling with that. Like if I have to make a phone call, I definitely have phone call anxiety, but it has just gotten to a different level. And I understand, because it is the lack of interaction with people. But yeah, it actually surprised me recently when I'm in real estate in Sydney. We did an online auction, which is what we have to do at the moment. And I just needed to call someone and be like, this is your bidder's number. That's all I had to do. This is what your bidder's number is going to be, and someone will call you shortly. And they will be on the phone with you throughout the auction. But basically just to expect a phone call. And oh my God, I can't believe how hard, like I'm not kidding, that felt like so hard to do. I don't understand, like I could not understand. So simple on paper, but I was like freaking out. During the auction as well, I had to ask a simple question of like, where are you at? Did you want to place a bid? Because the person who she was talking to was on the phone to someone else as well. So again, I'm sorry I'm not looking. I know I'm all over the place. I've lost a brush. Where is it? We'll just use this. Yeah, simple question. Did you want to place a bid? Like, honestly, how is that hard? Like, it's just not. And thinking about it, it's like, it seems so easy, but at the time, the anxiety that was going through my body was huge, like absolutely huge. And I understand, because it is the lack of social interaction, but I just feel like I don't know how to speak to people anymore, and I just don't like have the drive to do business / work related things. Like, this is becoming an actual real problem. Like, I understand when the world opens back up and there is more like interaction with people, obviously that's going to make it feel and be a lot easier. I completely understand that, but it's just like so surprising how much it's affecting, I know, me and other people, just with simple day-to-day tasks. And it's like, you do one thing like in the day, and I basically feel like I need to have a nap. Like, I don't know. I completely agree with her that, I mean, with Sydney in lockdown, we don't have like, I can't do any social interactions, but like the whole, you just have no stamina anymore. And the anxiety from simple tasks, it's just, honestly, it's actually a little bit scary. Like, sorry, I'm really bad at eyeliner, so let me just try. I wasn't gonna do my makeup today, but I just thought, do you know what? It's gonna make me feel a little bit more human. So why not? But yeah, it's just, it is crazy how much your mental health, and I guess without realizing it, the pandemic is affecting you in just ways that I guess you would not think. Like, my sister-in-law and her husband as well, they live down the road from us. Now, we haven't seen them since the start of this lockdown, like 5 or 6 weeks ago. We just walked past their house and they stood out on their front, like, veranda area, and we just, like, said hello for probably, like, a couple of minutes, and it just felt weird. Like I just felt like I wanted to leave because I feel like I just don't know how to interact with people. It's so, like, it really is surprising and so interesting. This eyeliner, oh my god, you guys. Not doing makeup for so long, that is another thing that is like, I don't know what to do. We'll fix it, but it just doesn't look great. But yeah, so crazy the difference in, like, what I can do. My sleeping patterns are definitely out at the moment. In the beginning, obviously, it's like you just do your normal routine and it feels fine. You feel like you get a little bit of a break to a certain extent. But now, I just feel like, yeah, sleeping patterns are all over the place and it's just bad. It really is. Like, I'm no expert, so I know that I'm probably not putting this in a great way, but hopefully, I guess, to some extent, someone can relate to this. And I just feel like, touching on, like, seeing my sister-in-law the other day, it just almost didn't feel natural in a way to interact with people. Like, the awkwardness, the anxiety that came with just having a simple, like, such a simple conversation was just, like, it felt so overwhelming. And like I said, with just making, like, a simple phone call, like, I felt like I was literally shaking. And yeah, it's just, it really is crazy how much this has affected my mental health, and I guess having anxiety, but your anxiety just ramping up with the simplest of tasks to a new level that you never thought would really be there in a way, I guess. But yeah, it's almost like, now I'm an introvert as well, but it's almost like I don't want to be social. Like, I kind of just want to not talk to people, like, not talk to anyone. Now, I also, for reference, do have, like, a lot of work stresses, and I would say financial stress at the moment, unfortunately. So I understand that everyone's circumstances are totally different and everyone is feeling, like, different things from this pandemic. Like, I completely get that. I don't know why I said that. Where was I going with that? I just had a mind blank. Yeah, I don't know why I just said that. But, oh yeah, just like the anxiety, if you're feeling that, and if you're feeling like you feel like you should be grateful. Like, I get this. Now, from coming out of our first lockdown, I was like, yeah, I should feel grateful, but like, I just didn't, to be honest. I was just anxious about the whole thing and just didn't really, in a way, want the world to open up again. Like, this is such a be careful what you wish for thing, because when the world did open up again, and I felt like that, we have gone into the hardest lockdown in Sydney that we have yet. My God, I've forgotten so many steps with my makeup. Like, I didn't put concealer on. Oh, these are the things that happen. Like, you just forget. Let's just do it. So I feel like I just wanted to talk about this in a very, like, casual way, I guess. That if you feel like any of those things, if you feel like you should be grateful but you're not, if you feel anxiety, if you feel like stressed, sad, like whatever it is, I mean, this, honestly, I think we all need to remind ourselves that this is a global pandemic that no one has lived through before. Like, honestly, we are all learning at the same time. We are all trying our best to, I guess, get through this. So no one can tell you like how you should feel or what you should feel, to be honest. And if someone is trying to, like, no, like, you just, I don't know. I feel like everyone's feelings are totally valid at the moment, no matter what you're going through. Like, as I said, I'm really struggling with the financial side and also the mental health side. I know the Australian government does have, why did I just put highlighter on my eyes? I don't like that. The Australian government definitely has resources and support, but unfortunately for us at this stage, we actually don't qualify for anything. So somehow we have to keep living, paying a mortgage with zero government support, which I can tell you right now is super stressful. There's definitely been quite a lot of tears, quite a lot of sleepless nights as well, and it's just hard. But yeah, everyone's feelings are totally valid, and I think that is so important. Don't feel like, you know, it's just you that feels like this, because I guarantee it's really not. I know a lot of people are putting it out there on like social media, on their like Instagrams, Facebook pages, that, you know, it is a struggle and we are all trying to do our best, and I totally get that. But it doesn't mean that it's not hard, and it doesn't mean that, you know, you shouldn't be able to feel all these different emotions. So I hope this video makes sense to a certain degree. I really feel like Emma's podcast was just like, it hit me, and I just felt compelled to talk about it. So yeah, I hope it, as I said, I hope it makes sense. I hope this like way of doing the video while doing my makeup isn't like super weird, but I thought let's just do two things at once basically. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know where in the world you live. I would love to hear from you, and also let me know like if you're in lockdown, how long you've been in lockdown, and how I guess you coped with it mentally, and how you're coping with it now, especially if you are out of lockdown. Yeah, as I said, I'm in Sydney, and so we are in a quite strict, I would say, lockdown, where, you know, we can only leave for essential items. We can't, some areas can't leave their actual, like, how would you say, we call it local government areas, but I guess it's called like if you say you can't leave certain suburbs, and like you have to wear masks outside. Obviously you have to check in everywhere you go, and it's just obviously essential workers only can go to work. We are so lucky in real estate at the moment that we are able to still work, but to be honest, the pool of people that are looking to purchase a property or sell a property in a global pandemic is quite small, so it's definitely harder at the moment. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you're feeling. I hope everyone's staying safe. It is such a crazy time, but we will obviously definitely somehow get through this, hopefully sooner rather than later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe. I will see you guys very soon. Thanks again. Bye.